And we'll be ready to get underway with this one. Jim Smith to do the honors. The draw won by the Trevians. Brad Parker fed it back to his defensive mate. Now taken away by Connor Heaton. Over to the far side. Aaron Benjamin. Benjamin clears it out to center ice. Picked up by the Ramblers. The Ramblers feed it to the near side. Now broken up. Into the zone comes Paul Benjamin. And then taken away by John Paul LaCourcia. Mark Bobby. Bobby feeds it up ahead off the skate of Connor Heaton into the zone. Heaton with Roger Lump. Or make that Adam Walsh. And the two of them bump heavily along the boards there. Bounced around a little bit. And now grabbed and held on by Bo Lemaire. Just underway. I've got a full house tonight. First time in my memory out of games here at in Wilmette, where we have them standing back behind the goal line. Now they drop in the draw. Fed ahead. Into the zone come the Trevians. Crawley with the shot, the save. Ross Schauger, he got bumped. Picked up by Jamie Crawley, and he got blindsided. Schauger to the far side, out ahead. Off a skate. Here comes Matt O'Connor. O'Connor into the zone. O'Connor. Now Roger Lump. Off the boards. Schauger, he got clobbered. Little backhand shot. Oh, ricochets in, and Bo Lemaire makes the save. That puck took a funny little bounce off a skate, headed towards the goal, and Bo Lemaire had a skate in front of him. Got his skate down and stopped it, and then able to clamp it to the ice. The face-off controlled by the Trevians. They bring it out to center ice. Over to the far side. Into the zone comes Dodge Daverman. Dropped past it. And his trailing partner was in too tight. That was Dodge Daverman. Flipped into the New Trier bench, and we lose a puck and gain a face-off. Both these two teams well coached. New Trier's had trouble putting the puck in the net of late. For the last 2 weeks, they've had their problems. Taken by Brad Parker. Parker back, passed it to Davidson. Now into the slot. Taken to the far side. Samus is in trouble. Now picked up by John Eichelberger. Eichelberger skating with a tendered leg. Out to center ice. And the pass over lead into the Trevian, into the Loyola end, and that's icing against the Trevians. And the face-off. Sort of sits there, now popped free, swiped away now, little backhand shot from the point. That's wide, but Bobby chases it down. Mark Bobby, back behind the goal line. Roger Lump back past it to Danny Lutz. Lutz fed it ahead and underled the pass for Ross Schauger. Back down into the zone. Mark Bobby, and Roger Lump bumped it away from him. Bobby has it again, out to the point. Couldn't get the shot away, put it to the corner. Connor Heaton. Heaton dropped past it. Again into the slot. A little quick shot and a save, and held on. And now some pushing and shoving afterwards. Getting to know you. And we're going to have coincidental penalties coming up. Jeff Davidson and Connor Heaton, coincidental minors for roughing. A little push and shove at the end of the play. Now the face-off goes back to the point. Leahy puts it in deep. Squirts around to the near side. Heavy check thrown in there. Taken away by the Trevians, who clear it out to center ice. Mike Hamu brought back in offside. Sean Cullinan brought it in before the zone had been cleared. Now the Trevians defense has it on the far side. Out to center ice. Bumped by Leahy. Back into the zone, and that's Lemaire, and then a late hit by Kyle Schellberg as Brad Parker was trying to protect Bo Lemaire. And I think the New Trier, I know the New Trier fans expected a penalty on that for the late hit well after the whistle, but the referee does not call it. Out to the point in center ice. Flip back down into the Trevians end. Paul Yoon. Yoon gave up the pass. Gave up the puck, and now taken by Dodge Daverman. Dodge Daverman. And now put back to the corner. Todd Vender. Vender centered it. Shot to save, and held on by Bo Lemaire. And again, after the play, a little pushing. I think Matt O'Connor and the Trevian defensemen just had their legs crossed a little bit. 10:22 to play here in the first period. No score. Just underway. The face-off picked up by New Trier. New Trier feeds it ahead all the way down into the zone, and that's going to be icing again against the Trevians. That's some of the Loyola contingent. I see Dr. Boylett there. And the face-off deep into the corner. Picked up now by John Eichelberger. Eichelberger skates it out to center ice. Near side. Brought into the zone. And then Davidson's bumped off as the penalties are over. Near side. Eric Schnotala. Or make that Ben Daverman that did that. The penalty isn't over. Near side. Cleared ahead. O'Rourke. Tim O'Rourke put it to the near side off the boards. Taken by the Ramblers. They feed it ahead. Bouncing puck. Now picked up by Schauger. Schauger put it to the far side. Now flipped into the Rambler end of things. Rock Dudek ahead for Mark Bobby. Bobby pass was intercepted by the Trevians. Danny Lutz. Lutz left it in the corner. Cullinan up ahead into the skates, and now taken by Finley Brown, and Brown collides with the Cats. Near side, Trevians get it into the zone. The shot deflected away by Dudek. He got bumped in the corner. Picked up a little backhand shot and the save. Danny Lutz got that one away from the slot. Near side, out to the point. Held in deep by the Trevians. Aaron Benjamin ahead for his brother Paul, and that was just an overlet. Oh, big blaster, and that boomed wide. Paul Benjamin. Danny Lutz. Aaron Benjamin had it. Finley Brown in there to help out. And now cleared out to the point. Held in the zone by the Trevians. Over to the far side, and again cleared out to the point. Held in by Jordy Katz. Now we push it along the boards there in the whistle and the frozen puck. Jim Smith didn't want to go tumbling into the bench, so he whistled it down. Whistle again. It hit something up on that Loyola bench, and we'll do it over again. The face-off controlled by the Trevians. They dribble it to the near side and slapped out to center ice. Picked up by Kyle Shellberg, and 3 Trevians on him. Shellberg still managed to get it to the blue line. Now swept into the zone by Vender. Vender with the shot, the save, and held on by Bo Lemaire with a Rambler pressing up the slot. Now there's the long shot, the save by Lemaire, brought to the near side. And in that corner there, they battle it along. Picked up by Roger Lump. Lump put it to the far side and cleared out to center ice. Hamu took the man. The puck now taken back by the Ramblers. They bring it into the zone off Kyle Shellberg, near side. Paul Yoon clears it out to center ice. Now flip back into the Trevian's end of thing. Roger Lump. Lump put it to the far side. Bumped. Shellberg triple team. Trevian's defense has to do a better job of spreading themselves out and picking up a man here. A couple of times now they've had 3 men on the puck. Cleared out to center ice. Kevin O'Connor put it into the zone. Delay offside. Now brought back in. Dribbles around through the legs, and now Michael Hamu gets it out to center ice. Kevin Carroll will flip it right back in. Trevian's having a trouble with their breakout. Roger Lump. Lump puts it to the far side, cleared out and all the way down. They washed off the icing. Picked up by Cullinan. Cullinan fed it to the far side. Now held in the zone. Trevians. Schauger dropped past it right through the slot. And nobody there. A little behind him on the pass. Bobby fed it to center ice. Now Mark Bobby has it again at the red line. Mark Bobby flips it into the zone. John Eichelberger pitched it up behind his own goal. Up ahead, stolen away by Schnotala, and dumped in deep and out to the blue line, and the Trevians get it to center ice. Back down into the Loyola end. That's where Tim O'Rourke will have it. O'Rourke at his own goal line. Sets it up on the near side. Mark Bobby put it into the zone. Brad Parker. Parker tried the drop pass it behind his own goal. Now Eichelberger skates it up slowly. John Eichelberger, nice little dipsy doodle move there. Tried to skate around Cullinan, couldn't do it. Dudek put it in, the long shot and the save by Lemaire. And again, Samus, well after the play, hits Aaron Benjamin. 5:30 to play here in the first period. No score, Loyola and New Trier. This was expected to be a battle for first place, but New Trier's had their troubles in the last 2 weeks of this regular season and has fallen off the pace. And Loyola has clinched the division championship for the second year in a row. Put into the zone. Lutz, and held in the zone by the Trevians, given go play for Lutz, and that was overled on the pass. Now to the near side, dumped in by Hagan O'Brien. Left there by Bo Lemaire. Taken to the far side, now fed ahead out to the point. Rock Dudek into traffic. Lemaire out, shovels it ahead out to the high slot. LaCourcia shot, a goal! John Paul LaCourcia puts it home, and it's 1-0 Loyola. Ramblers lead it 1-0, flipped into the zone, and that's icing. Icing against Loyola, brings it back down into the Loyola end. Near side. Ben Daverman couldn't come up with it. Now picked up by Kyle Shelberg. Shelberg, a little burst of speed, dropped past it, and dropped it out of the zone. Back come the Trevians the other way. Ben Deverman with a big blaster, and the save by Bob Depish on the shot up on the chest. And then after the play, we got a penalty coming up on Loyola for high sticking on the new Trier winger coming up the zone. Kevin Carroll, a minor. Kevin Carroll, a minor for high sticking. Kevin Carroll, a minor for high sticking. The face-off, put back behind the goal line. Now wrapped around to the near side, out to the point. Busted away Bobby, and Bobby went down. He's penalty coming up on the Trevians for tripping. Picked up by Dodge Daverman, and the penalty to Brad Parker for tripping negates the Trevians power play. On the near side, out to the point, Rock Dudek put it back behind the goal line. Taken by John Eichelberger. Eichelberger brings it ahead. Eichelberger flipped it into the zone. Both teams playing shorthanded now. Danny Lutz got bumped up by Rock Dudek. Dudek came up with the puck, put it to the far side. Picked up by Paul Benjamin. Benjamin puts it back behind the goal line. Lutz just couldn't control it. Neutrer again with the puck into the slot. To the back door. Give and go. Back for Lutz. Lutz put it to the corner. On to the near side. We're battling about 4 camera crews here tonight. Mark Bobby. The big cranker, and that was deflected. John Eichelberger. Put it to the near side. Up ahead. Here come the Trevians. The big blaster, and that was whistled just a little wide by Lutz. That also, I think he got too much of the puck. Oversticked it. Now here's Connor Heaton. Connor Heaton fed it ahead. The pass over led for Hagan O'Brien. Hagan O'Brien dropped past it. Nobody there but a Trevian. Here come the Trevians back the other way. This is Jeff Davidson. Davidson into the zone. Took the shot. The save and held on by Bob Deppich. These teams have a chance of meeting another 3 times after tonight. There is the chance. They will definitely meet at least one more time. That being in the divisional playoffs, which begin this week. Back behind the goal line. It's taken there, brought to the near side. Matt O'Connor helped out a little bit and pass ahead. Here's a breakaway. Todd Vender in. Shoots and scores! Todd Vender with the goal. And it is 2-0 Loyola. Now flipped in the zone by the Trevians. LaCourcia fed it all the way down into the Neutrer end, brought to the near side by the Trevians. Here they come out on the out. Here's John Eichelberger again. Pass a little overled for Davidson. Davidson by his lonesome in the slot. I don't think Ben Daverman, with that shoulder separation, he has much of a shot tonight. Quick little shot, the save, and held on. and then some more pushing and shoving after the whistle, but the puck secure in Bob Deppish's glove and clamped to the ice. Now the face-off put over on that far side. Back behind the goal line. Centering attempt, that just didn't quite work. Up ahead. The big cranker in that boomed a little wide. Dodged Daverman. Brown and Crowley kick free. Near side, out to the point. There's the shot, deflected wide. Eichelberger with the shot, and that booms just a little wide. Schager. Trevian's trying to press a little bit. Nobody home. Back into the zone. McHugh with a little burst of speed. Bo Lemaire put it back behind the goal line. Picked up by the Ramblers right into the slot. Trevian's backhanded out the center ice. Leahy put it back into the zone. Bounces over a stick. And again, back behind the Trevian goal, John Eichelberger. Eichelberger tried to shovel it out of the zone and did so to the near side with a little help from a Rambler backside. Dudek put it back into the Trevian territory. Taken there by Parker. Parker on the breakout. Again, a Trevian standing breakout. Schager put it to the near side, and into the zone comes Paul Benjamin. He got bumped. Now, quick shot, and that boomed a little wide by Lutz. Out to the point. Held in and deflected out to center ice. 3-on-1 break. In on goal. Leahy shot, save, rebound, save, and it dribbles to the corner. Two shots, and Lemaire there for both of them. Again, a Trevian defensive lapse. But Bo Lemaire up to the task with two saves. There's the long shot from the point. Grabbed and held on by Bo Lemaire. And again, some pushing and shoving. Some entanglement, as it were. Snotala and Lump. 13 seconds left to play here in the period. Ramblers trying to finish the Trevians off early. The face-off out to the high slot. Now the Ramblers. Dudek picked up by the Trevians. Trevians put it into the zone. Won't be any icing as the period comes to an end. Ready for the face-off to start the second period. The crowd tonight over 1,500, and the extra money tonight raised is going to the J.J. O'Connor Catastrophic Relief Fund. J.J., a hockey player from Loyola, severely injured in a hockey game. Shot a goal! Kyle Schellberg! Off the leg. That wasn't kicked in, but it did go off a leg. Well, Kyle Schellberg, he'll get credit for the goal. Todd Bender got the initial shot away. They're going to raise about $10,000 to help defray the cost of the care to JJ, who is making an appearance here tonight, as you saw in the beginning of the game. Puck squirts into the slot, grabbed and held on by Bo Lemaire. And the face-off will move over here to the near side. Dave Labuda to do the honors. I started Dave in refereeing back about 20 years ago, something like that. Out to the slot, held in the zone. Bouncing puck. Brought to the near side board. Up ahead, Dodge Daverman. Should have been a holding there. Holding on to the stick. Now picked up by Roger Lump. Roger Lump takes the shallow angle shot right through the slot over to the far side. And into the corner. Picked up by Finley Brown. Finley Brown back behind the goal line. Finley Brown puts it to the near side. Hagan O'Brien. He got bumped off. Schauger with the puck. Schauger centered it and grabbed and held on by Bob Depesh as Jamie Crowley was in tight in the slot. Now a little pushing and shoving after the play. Schauger and Kevin Carroll. It'll sound like there's more Loyola fans when the Loyola fans start cheering, but that's only because we're close to the Loyola contingent here. I'd say we're fairly equal on the size of the crowd, New Trier to Loyola. Back behind the goal line, picked up by Dudek. Dudek put it to the far side, cleared out ahead, and all the way down into the Loyola end, Trevian's end rather. They did not call the icing. Picked up by the Trevian, tried to feed it out of the zone. The give and go up ahead, Roger Lump. Lump, the defenseman, takes the shot. That's wide. Wrapped around to the far side, trying to break it out of the zone, and they ran it into Jim Smith. Go back, passing action, doesn't quite work. Put to the corner. Lutz put it to the far side. Centered, and that's knocked away. Dudek out to the point and cleared out to center ice. Heavy check thrown in there by Heaton. Centering attempt, and nobody there. Couldn't control the shot. All the way back into the Ramblers' end. Picked up by Sean Cullinan. Cullinan up ahead for Schnotala. Schnotala got it out to center ice. He's the leading scorer for the Ramblers. Put it into the zone, and now swiped away. Bounced around a little bit. Chris Duffy got it to center ice, put back into the zone. Picked up by Parker. Parker put it to the far side. And now they bounce it around back behind the goal line, put to the near side. Little backhand attempt, that didn't quite work. Now into the slot. And the far side, and now held in the zone by the Ramblers. Kyle Shelberg. O'Connor, the freshman, comes up with it. Matt O'Connor. Both these teams have a couple of freshmen. Matt O'Connor up ahead, now bouncing around a little bit. O'Connor couldn't come up with it. Dribbles out to center ice. Trevians still having trouble. They've only scored one goal in the last 5 periods. And only 2 goals in the last 8. They've had some trouble putting the puck in the net. They're down here 3-0. Cleared all the way down. That's going to be icing, and it is. Icing with 10:21 to play in the second period. This is high school hockey out of Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you with us. A face-off put out to the high slot. Now Schauger busted free. Ross Schauger into the zone. Schauger, shallow shot, save, pulled out of the air by Bob Depesh. Ross waited just a little bit too long to take that shot. A shallow angle left winger. Samus clears it out to center ice. Trevians get it out to center ice. Put to the far side. Here's Ben Daverman. Daverman tried to split the defense. Goes to the corner for it. Daverman for Schager, and now taken away by Finley Brown. Near side. Adam Walsh strong-armed it. Was strong-armed out to center ice around him. Picked up now by the Trevians at their own blue line. Fed to the far side. Put into the zone. Back goes Kevin Carroll behind his own goal. Kevin Carroll puts it to the near side. Adam Walsh tried to range in off the point. Picked up by Davidson at center ice. He put it into the zone and right back out. And Davidson puts it back in. Walsh again takes the man. Put in by Crowley to lay offside. On the far side, Kevin Carroll. And now along the boards off the shins of one of the Trevian defenders out to center ice. Now, as it goes into the Loyola end, they battle on that near side board. Paul Yoon. Yoon puts it in, the long shot, and Depish will hold on with Davidson in on him. And the whistle stops the play. There's the Loyola contingent. Or make that the New Trier contingent. I'm sorry, guys, it's the New Trier contingent. And you can see just how crowded we are tonight. Talk about over-policing. Well, they have more security people than I think they have fans here tonight. Back down into the zone. The Notre Dame coach is here tonight. I don't think he's scouting, though. I think he's here to watch a good hockey game. Into the zone comes Ben Daverman. Ben Daverman wheels it around. Daverman off the leg. Back behind the goal line. Put to the far side. Cleared out to the point. Held in the zone. Little ricochet action. A quick shot by Lutz and the save by Depish. Dudek put it to the far side. Held in by Crowley. And we lose the puck out of the ring. Practically right into David Cromer's pocket. Lose a puck and get a face-off. Now the draw. Out. No. Now it's out. No, it's still held in by the Trevians. Over on that far side. And they push it along the boards. Schnotala, and that was stolen by Aaron Benjamin. Now Aaron Benjamin has it again. The shot that deflects wide, near side. Right through the slot to the far side. And play with a high stick, whistles it down. I'll tell you something about the way New Trier is playing right now. They are really loosey-goosey. They're having all kinds of trouble positioning up inside the attack zone. And it has cost them some scoring opportunities during the course of the game. Loyola flying high ever since winter break. A little backhand shot in the save. Kevin Carroll put it to the far side. Kyle Schellberg double-teamed off the puck. But the Ramblers still get it out to center ice. Taken by Paul Benjamin. Paul Benjamin fanned on the puck. Now taken away by Jordy Katz. Jordy Katz into the zone. Katz, the defenseman, ranges in tight. Shot it way wide. Out to the point. Held in the zone. Deflection attempt didn't quite work. Now takes the shot. Ran into a leg out front. Near side. Hagan O'Brien tried to knock it down. Didn't do so. Won't be any icing. Didn't get across the goal line. Bolomere put it to the corner. Near side. Out to the point. Held in the zone by the Ramblers. Jeff Davidson puts it on the far side. Oh, a gimme. A shot and they save as Bolomere has to hatch it to keep it from going into the goal. Lemaire had to catch this thing in order to keep it out of the goal. Paul Yoon. Trevians bring it up into the zone. Cullinan put it to the far side, or to the near side rather. And they push it along the boards there. Pops free. Schauger in on it. Now deeper to the corner. And cleared, and again, it's not going to get there. No icing. Right through to the far side. Now picked up and cleared by Roger Lump. Sean Cullinan for the Ramblers behind his own goal. Put it to the near side. Roger Lump took the man. Ramblers take the puck out to center ice and now flipped into the zone. That won't be icing. Wrapped around behind the boards. Picked up by Dan Lutz. Lutz, oops, fanned on it. Lutz put it to the far side. Again out to the point. And here come the Trevians again up the ice. Chris Duffy offside. The winger on the right wing came in ahead of the play. And it's offsides against New Trier. You are watching high school hockey on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Picked up by Connor Heaton. Heaton put it into the zone. Now flip back out to center ice. Now here's Danny Lutz. Lutz in, takes the shot, the save. Off the side of the net on the rebound. Lutz, the leading scorer for the Trevians. Goal scorer to the side of the net. Deppish didn't know where it was. It actually went off to the side. There's a long shot that ran into traffic out front. Third out to the red line, picked up by John Eichelberger. Eichelberger stick it back in the zone to lay offside. Trevians are copacetic. Dudek again out to the point, held in by Parker, and the save by Deppish just got a piece of it and deflected it wide to the far side. Here come the Ramblers back in the zone. 2-on-1 break. Snotala oversticked it and lost control, bringing it in the zone. Near side now. Third ahead, Trevians. Michael Hamu. Mike Hamu dropped, passed it for Lutz. Lutz. Shot. Oh, just boomed it wide. Had Deppish down and just boomed it wide. Now over to the far side. Shot and a save by Deppish, and he holds on. Big blaster. And Deppish able to get a piece of it. 4:09 to play in the second period. While we have this break in the action, we'll take a break in the action. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network, and we'll be back with more hockey in. And we're set for the face-off. 4:09 rather left to play here in the second period. Near side. Trevians backhanded out of the zone. Hamu fed it to the red line. Now we'll game a dipsy doodle at the blue line, trying to find an opening. Now flipped to the Trevian blue line again. Brought in the zone by Todd Vender. Vender, little backhand shot to save, and now grabbed and held on. And one of the Ramblers sent flying for coming in close. Matt O'Connor, the freshman, sent flying by the Trevian defense for coming up on Bo Lemaire. Back behind the goal line, Roger Lump. Lump dropped past it. Matt O'Connor, he got his pass intercepted. Out to the high slot. There's a shot, and grabbed and held on by Bo Lemaire from the high slot. Kyle Shelberg. Quick shot save. Bouncing puck and held on by Bo Lemaire. It's one of those things where you can read the label on the puck and where it was manufactured, galvanized rubber, everything about it. Heaton, and his centering pass was broken up. Ramblers have it again along the red line, bumping along a little bit into the zone. Aaron Benjamin fed it to the far side, now cleared up ahead. Lutz to Crowley, back to Aaron Benjamin. Aaron Benjamin wrapped it around behind the goal line. Crowley. And it's popped free, bouncing puck. Nobody can control it. Near side, Connor Heaton. Schnotala. And cleared. Crowley. Center didn't quite work. Another shot. Right in front. Shot and a save. And cleared out to center ice. Back into the Trevian's end. That's where John Eichelberger has it. Eichelberger, whoops, lost his footing. Samus couldn't get the shot away. Hagan O'Brien couldn't, and cleared by the Trevians. That's going to be icing. No, they washed it off. Taken by Rock Dudek. Dudek on the far side, out to the point. Kicked in by Katz, and out to center ice now. Put back in by the Trevians. Wrapped around by McHugh, out to center ice. Jordy Katz blasts it back into the zone. A long shot in the save. Back behind the goal line by Dudek. Put to the far side. Hagan O'Brien clears out to center ice. Adam Walsh put it back into the zone. Off the boards and flipped back to the blue line. Dudek, and he got creamed along the boards. And down they go with a little hand pass. That's going to whistle it down. Rock Dudek, hand pass. And the face-off. Schager tried to center it. Tries again. Still can't get it. Dodge Daverman over to help out a little bit. Schager and LaCourcia pushing and shoving each other. Trevians keep it in the zone, off a leg, deep to the corner. Play game of shitting along the boards there. Now picked up by Dodge Daverman. Dodge Daverman takes it to the far side. Now Daverman with Dudek. Picked up, there's the shot, right through the slot, over to the near side. Roger Lump. Now again, right into the slot. Shot and a save. And now grabbed and held on by Depesh with Schager trying to grab hold of it. As we wind down the second period here. Ramblers in the lead, 3-0. And Trier has hit a dry spell, getting the puck in the net. The face-off into the slot. Little backhand shot that was broken up. And back behind the goal line, Loyola Ramblers. Down the man goes, over to the corner. Cleared out to the point. Aaron Benjamin, near side. Ran into a leg, and the horn sounds into the period. At the end of the second period of play here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, the score, the Loyola Ramblers 3 and the New Trier Trevians nothing. We'll be back with the third period action in just a moment here on the network. The third period is underway. Trevians put it into the zone. Turned out to be a shot on goal. Deppish left it there, picked up by Kevin Carroll. Carroll puts it to the far side. Out ahead and out to center ice, picked up by the Trevians. Don Eichelberger up ahead, Danny Lutz. Lutz puts it into the zone. Lutz centered it. Turned out to be a shot on goal. Boomed high and wide by the Trevians, out to center ice. Danny Lutz. Lutz put it to the near side. Taken there by Davidson. Gave it back to Parker. Up ahead for Paul Benjamin, and that missed connections. Kevin Carroll put it to the far side and back into the Trevians' end. That's where John Eichelberger has it. Eichelberger sets it up, drop past it. Paul Benjamin cleared out to the blue line, and now the Ramblers have it. Kevin Carroll over to the far side. Put back into the zone now by the Trevians. Kevin Carroll on the near side. Kevin Carroll fed it and overled the pass intended for Connor Heaton. Here come the Trevians back the other way. Here's Ben Daverman. Ben Daverman in the corner. Ben Daverman now picked up by Dodge Daverman. And they push it along the boards. Bounces out to center ice. That's where Kyle Schellberg has it. Kyle Schellberg passes it to Vender. His shot ran into Katz. Held in deep by LaCourcia. Near side now. LaCourcia has it out at the point. He'll put it into the zone. Knocked down by the Trevians, and they clear it out to center ice. Todd Vender puts it back into the zone. Bo Lemaire put it to the corner. Chris Duffy. Roger Lump. Out at center ice, now picked up again. Roger Lump put it into the zone deep. Chris Duffy and John Paul LaCourcia tie each other up. Now picked up by Ross Schauger into the slot. There's a shot, a goal! Adam Walsh with the goal for the Trevians, and they're on the board. New Trier Trevians on the board. Adam Walsh with the goal from the slot. Chris Duffy gets the assist. Now the face-off. Put back into the Ramblers' end. Shoveled ahead. Paul Yoon. There's the shot and the save, and grabbed on by Bob Deppish. And that goal by the Trevians has fired up the crowd. There's going to be a lot of change made, a lot of money to the J.J. O'Connor Fund off the ice tonight, I would think. Flipped into the zone. Corner. Now picked up by Dodge Daverman. Dodge Daverman dropped past it back behind the goal line. Paul Yoon. Heavy check thrown in there. Now picked up by Parker. Avoided the check. Now cleared out the center ice. Clumsily by the Trevians. Put back into the Trevians end off a skate. New Trier Trevians bring it up the ice, avoiding the check. Now flip back down into the zone. That's going to be icing against the Ramblers, and it is. 10:34 to play. Now 3-1 the score. Anything can happen. We're early in the third period. 3-1 the score. Trevians have just gotten on the board. The draw to the slot. Now give and go play. Mark Bobby puts it into the zone. On the boards, on the far side. Now Aaron Benjamin clears it with his skate out to center ice. Rock Dudek puts it back into the zone. Right back out. LaCourcia puts it back behind the goal line. And on the near side, back behind the goal. They kick it along. Turnaround shot, that's wide. Bobby centers it right in front, ricocheting around a little bit. Back to the corner. Oh, hello. Little grab hold. Each sort of grabbed hold of each other, and I think that's why Jim Smith, who is not prone to calling a lot of penalties in games like this, will not call anything tonight on that one. Jim Smith has a tendency to try and let them play. A full house tonight of better than 1,500. In a game that really has a lot to do with rivalry and pride and very little to do with standings. These teams will finish 1 and 2 in the division. Loyola finishing in first and New Trier in second, no matter what the outcome of this game. Long shot in the save. Chris Duffy back behind the net for Ben Daverman. Ben Daverman dropped past it, picked up and wrapped around to the near side boards. Heavy check thrown on the boards. There's the shot knocked down by the Trevians. Backhanded pass, and Cullinan knocked it down. Picked up by Ben Daverman. Ben Daverman puts it through the slot. There's the shot, ran into traffic out front, and taken away by the Ram. Loyola, Todd Vender. Vender tried to center it, broken up. Here comes the freshman John Eichelberger. Eichelberger tried to dipsy-doodle around the man and couldn't do so. And John is obviously hurting a little bit tonight from the injury he's still trying to recover from, the muscle pull. Cleared out to center ice. And offside. Brought back in offside. Well, Mark Harris is going to win the scoring championship for the second year in a row. Near side board put into the zone. Be the first time since 1987-88, or make it 88-89, that we've had the scoring champion back-to-back. Winning it 2 years in a row. That was Brian Carmen from Deerfield that did that. Near side. A little pushing and shoving going on. They're still holding on to each other. Oh, nice little punch thrown in there. And a retaliation by Brown after the punch attempt by Dodge Daverman as the two of them got entangled grabbing hold of the sticks. Well, we're going to have some penalties coming up here. Dodge Daverman and Finley Brown will each go and sit. Coincidental minors for holding. Looked more interesting than it really was. They each kind of grabbed hold of each other's stick, and a little entanglement thrown in there for good measure. Finley Brown and Dodge Daverman, each coincidental minors up there for holding. So everybody will skate 5-on-5. We won't be short anybody on the ice. Now the face-off back behind the goal line on that far side. Now cleared out ahead. That ran into traffic. Cleared out to center ice. Dudek. Now flipped back down into the Trevian's end. Put to the far side. Eichelberger put it over here to the near side. Dudek back into the zone over on that far side. Now puck kind of sits there a little bit. Flipped into the zone, and that's offside. I want to remind you about the J.J. O'Connor Catastrophic Relief Fund. That's part of the action tonight. Make sure to support J.J. Kyle Shelberg now flipped down into the zone. At the blue line, now all the way down into the Trevian's end. Centered right through, picked up by the Trevian's defense. Chris Duffy, he got strong arm down, shot a goal! I'm not sure if Crowley got a little assist on that, but I think Chris Duffy. And it's 3-2. And I think we had a little something thrown on the ice. Three-2 the score. The Trevians have come back. It's 3-2 on the goal by Chris Duffy. Put down into the Trevians end of things, near side. Cleared out to center ice. And all the way down, that's icing. Certainly fired up the Trevians crowd. A full house here at Wilmette. Better than 1,500. The drop and the draw. Bobby out to Kevin Carroll. Deflection, oh, just a little wide. Centered into the slot. Taken away. Quick bouncing puck. Right through the slot, and the Trevians have it. Here's the long blaster pulled out of the air, and Depich will hold on with the brothers Benjamin working some things, and now a little pushing and shoving after the play. Dave Labuda and Don Olenek, the linesman, right there. The face-off out to the point. The blaster ran through traffic. Picked up by Dudek. Dudek. Bouncing puck now cleared. Back to the Trevian blue line. Give and go doesn't quite work. LaCourcia had it briefly. Now flip back to the blue line. We'll play a little game of catch between the blue lines. The Q knocked it down and then flipped into the zone. Here come the Trevians up the ice. Chris Duffy. Duffy gets it into the zone. Pop free. Held in. There's the shot. That's a little wide to the near side. And cleared out to center ice. Flip back to the blue line, and then Trevians have it. Lum has to wait for the onside. On the near side, into the zone comes Lutz. Looked like it was delay offside, but they called it copacetic. Picked up by Dudek. Up onto the crowd. Bounces free and dribbles out to center ice. Flipped the rest of the way down into the zone. And that's icing. Samus and Walsh have a few words at the end of the play. The face-off wrapped around to the far side, now cleared out ahead. A 2-on-1 break. Vendor, shot, the save, rebound, grabbed and held on. No, goal! A goal by Kyle Schellberg on the rebound. 2-on-1 break, a goal for the Ramblers, and it's 4-2. 4:05 to play in the third period. The goal by Kyle Schellberg on the initial shot by Vendor, the rebound to Schellberg. Now the face-off. Bouncing puck. Brought in the zone by O'Connor. His shot booms wide. Back behind the goal line. Taken by the Trevians. Now loose play on that far side. Cleared out to center ice. Aaron Benjamin's lost his stick. Tried to kick it ahead. Now Vendor into the zone. That's broken up. Near side. And they battle along now. Flip back down into the Trevians' end of the ice. Picked up by Eichelberger. Up ahead for Chris Duffy. Down Duffy goes. Now taken by Dudek. Rock Dudek. And he got bumped off. Into the corner, marked Bobby. Bobby with Lutz. Puck pops free. Now picked up by Roger Lump. Roger Lump puts it to the near side, off the boards and flipped right back in by Sean Cullinan. Lump put it to the far side, and again held in, this time by Rock Dudek, and then cleared back out into the Rambler end of things. Back behind the goal line, near side, shoveled ahead. Mark Bobby, he got bumped hard by Katz. Schnotala have to wait for the onside. Eric Schnotala. Schnotala crosses the red line into the zone and then stolen away. That's taken by Katz. Katz puts it to the near side, and then Cullinan puts it in and then gets bumped off. Katz puts it to the far side. Crowley, and it's still held in the zone by Schnotala. Heavy check, 2 heavy checks on that far side board. Picked up by Walsh. Walsh trying to strong arm it out of the zone. And now finally taken out by Jamie Crowley. Crowley, Dodge Daverman, wheeling around in his own, getting it into the zone, and then literally held off the puck. The puck's still not out of the zone. Now it's push side out to the point, into the slot, nothing doing with the shot. Down Dudek goes on top of the puck. And a timeout. The first place trophy is the winner of the regular season here in the Metro North. No matter the outcome of this game, 4-2 the score, favor of the Ramblers. Third out to center ice, Kyle Shelberg put it into the zone. Shelberg now got the shot away, grabbed and held on by Lemaire, holds on for the whistle. A minute 12 to play here in the third period. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast tonight. And by the way, let you know, those of you watching on Continental, stay tuned for basketball action. And those of you on Post Newsweek, catch the basketball game at a later date and time. Cullinan on the board, now picked up by Shelberg. And watch for the Trevians to pull the goalie for the extra attacker if they can get him out of there. Quick shot, save. Now flipped over to the far side and held in, brought to the near side. Cleared ahead. Shelberg to the far side, the big blaster, and the save, the shot by Matt O'Connor. Flipped all the way down into the zone. They'll wash off the icing. And there will go the goalie. Out to the point. The extra attacker on. Dudek flipped it into the zone. Picked up by Ben Daverman. Ben Daverman passes it ahead. Offside. No. Big blaster from the point. That ran into traffic out front. Third back out to center ice. Over here to the near side. And that's it. Final score, the Loyola Ramblers gold team 4 and the New Trier Trevians green team 2. This broadcast brought to you on the broadcasting rights, gathered by the Metro Chicago Sports